a long fucking time.
Right. Which is why this is such a big fucking deal to these people. They don't want that.
No. Rahl intends to wipe the Order from the world. That is his ultimate plan. Just like the little group led by the Queen of Gallia. They fucking annihilated the Order that came in and tore up Gallia like they did. So he's going to marry Queen Kaylin Amnell, which, by the way, why the fuck did he even say her name?
I don't think he should have been able to. Like,
why draw attention to it, even if nobody recognizes that that's her name?
Right. People know that the Mother Confessor was dead, but you would have to assume that people knew her name.
And even if they don't remember it, it's going to stir something. What if she's going under an alias right now? Did we talk about this when you were in the clouds doing it with her? Did you have a conversation about what you were going to call her as the Queen of Gallia? Or not? Did you talk about the rules of the death spell? Or not? I don't think you did. Maybe this is going to break it.
I'm sorry, the do it in the clouds thing got me. That was fucking great.
I'm just saying, if someone goes into witness protection, they get a new name. And so you don't start talking about their dead name, like, all over the place if they want to hide. You want to, like, let them fade into obscurity.
And only because my brain processes things different than I believe most people. The other option is that Kaylin is dead and he's still going to marry her. Like, he's a guy in search of power. We know this isn't true. But so he is going to post-mortemly marry Kaylin to put himself in charge of Aidendrill.
No, but he's calling her the Queen of Gallia. So...
Okay, I understand. So he didn't say Mother Confessor. He said Queen of Gallia, but he shouldn't have said Kaylin Amnell, is what you're saying.
Yeah, he's towing a line here because, okay, even if everyone can't remember what the Mother Confessor's name is, even if, like, does the death spell make people not care enough to have no one question it enough to go, what the fuck was her name? I'm going to look up what the fuck her name was. You know what? I'm going to go to her fucking gravesite. Even if everyone hated her, wouldn't that bother some people not remembering what her name was? What's her fake name? Who has the fake name? What the fuck, Richard?
Well, that's the thing. You wouldn't know that it was her. I don't think the death spell makes you forget that she ever existed. I think it makes you unable to see her as she is now. So if the death spell was done on her, you'd be like, oh, Kaylin Amnell has been beheaded. I watched her die. She's dead. And then if you saw her, because she's really still alive, walk past you, you would probably see somebody else.
I think she looks her... Because Tobias said he has met her. He does not remember what she looked like or what her name was.
Oh, okay.
So
well,
it somehow
then
alters other people's memories.
That's weird, because some people, like Mr. Sanderholt, who wholeheartedly believed that she was beheaded, still remembered her.
Yeah. Well, maybe because she was closer, like she knew her as a person.
So maybe it's by proximity.
Yeah, see, this is what I'm saying. Maybe this is a plot hole. Why the fuck is he saying her name? There's confusion here.
I think we're in agreement it shouldn't have happened.
Right.
I think it would have been...
Okay.
This whole thing could have been avoided had he just not said the name.
Exactly. God damn it.
We got there.
So he's going to marry her to unite the lands and show how determined he is to destroy the Order, which is super great and definitely shows how much you love her. Anyways. I'm also pretty sure she's unaware of everything he's saying and doing now. This feels like all of the dissolving of the Midlands and the whole I'm proclaiming to marry you and telling everyone your name is not, like, co-signed by her.
Oh, no, not at all. And it's funny because every time they're separate, some big shit happens and the other has to deal with it, and it becomes pretty much a center point of the arc of the story, which is good for the story, but probably not great for a relationship.
Yeah!
Like, stop pulling triggers while I'm not around, man.
Especially on something so fucking important.
Yeah, yes. It's like what we talk about. We have certain things that are decisions that, like, what is it? The $50 rule. If it's less than $50, you're out there, you see something, go ahead and grab it. It's fine. It doesn't have to be a conversation. But if it's above that or nearer to $100, like, maybe we just mention it to me, talk to me. Let's have a conversation. This is an important thing that we need to discuss as a couple.
Yeah.
And this seems like this would be a talk thing.
Yeah, and I mean, I know he's trying to say, like, he has good intentions. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
But the point is, like, when it's something that's Richard's wheelhouse, Kidlin's like, okay, dude, This is your wheelhouse. You got this. This is all your situation.
You.
Yeah, D'hara, the wizard shit, whatever. She defers to him and his opinion. This shit is hers. She's been training for this shit the Midlands,
her whole
all
life.
of that. This is her whole fucking life, her legacy, her mom's legacy. And he's just here, like, dropping bombs like she's, like, totally aware of it and would totally be fine with it. And she might be, but maybe ask.
But she's unaware, and I think that's the important thing.
Yeah. Write a note. Send a pigeon, okay? Anyways, Lord Rawl dismisses them, saying that until they surrender, they're all enemies. You're all assholes until you tell me you're your friends. So
you all suck until you're my friends.
Yep. The troops will give up all their weapons, and nobody's gonna leave except to send a small delegation to their homelands to deliver his message.
There's
sounds
the
like
red flag right there.
Such a great guy right now, let me tell you. Everything he said since he started is but like there were some good parts, right? But then there's been a lot of stuff that would be like red flags everywhere.
It's like, okay, this is kind of abstract, but I listened to a podcast called Blood on the Tracks. One of these things was a feature about Ronnie Spector and how he would have artists over to his house, or he would bring them to a recording studio, but he was very, very controlling when they were recording their tracks, and he would, like, lock the doors and have a gun in his pants, and he would, like, fucking wave it around and make everybody super uncomfortable. He actually ended up killing a woman. That's why he was in prison, like, you know, when he died. But, like, this is the same thing. Hey, welcome in. Everybody's here. Okay, doors are locked. Security, my bodyguards are in place. This is what's going to happen. Gun comes out. I'm in control. The doors are locked. Look, if you do what I want, you can go. And he would let them go. But they would be in there for like hours at a time and have to super stress over a track. And it was like a lot of people after the fact, when they were asked about it, were like, yeah, no, I should have actually called the police because he was being very forceful. But that's the same thing. He locks them in. He's like, okay, now you do what I want. Or, well, I guess you're going to die. But you don't have a choice as of right now because the doors are locked.
Yeah. I want your surrender, but basically, even if you don't, like, you're trapped here with me. So if you tell me that you don't surrender to me and you choose the other thing, he was saying you have a choice, but it kind of feels like you don't have a fucking choice.
Right, exactly. But you really don't.
Because, you have
because
swords
you're in a room full of guards.
Yeah, and your people have no weapons, so you can't escape anymore, so...
Oh, gosh, what was that movie? Hostel? Was it Hostel?
I don't know.
He opens the door, and he's like, all right,
that.
if you want to... No, okay, this is about to get gross.
That's why I didn't watch it.
He cuts the guy's Achilles tendon.
Oh, that happens in House of Wax, too. It's the worst.
Maybe it was House of Wax, and then he opens the door, and he was like, yeah, go ahead and go. It's the same thing, except if he opened the door first. I'm so sorry. Yeah, no, it's bad. It's bad. It's bad.
Anyway.
But that's how it is for everybody. It's bad.
And speaking of how it is for everybody, Lord Rawl, before they leave, tells them that no one's going to get special treatment. Everyone is expected to help out or leave. Don't come to me with special fucking requests. It's a nope.
It's a nope.
Basically, you're in or you're out. Those are the terms. We don't have a discussion.
Keep it nice and simple.
Yeah, there's nothing to be talked about. Before they go, he warns them to think on his words. And if they choose the order, he prays the spirits will be kinder to them in the afterlife than he will be in this one.
That is the most badass thing. Like the whole, may God have mercy on your soul, because I certainly won't.
Yeah.
It's very soap opera dramatic. Look into the camera, make the who farted face. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, that is the end of Richard's speech, and that's the end of this chapter.
Ba, ba, ba.
Boom! Like heavy. He gathers all the leaders and says, hey, I'm in control now.
Gauntlet thrown.
That's what it is. Look at me. I'm the captain now.
Yeah.
Fuck around and find out.
I'm steering the ship.
If you guys enjoyed this episode, I don't blame you. I did. You can let us know by writing an email to podcastatt@gmail.com. You can send a text or a voicemail to 616-259-0025. Find us on all of the social medias at podcastatt. And if you really enjoyed this episode and wanted to help us out, you can go to patreon.com/podcastatt and make a pledge. Anywhere between $1 and $10 gets you in the door, and it helps us out. We appreciate the hell out of all of our book friends there.
Yes, we do.
Thank you guys so much for listening. So much.
So much.
So much. All the muches, in fact.
All of them.
They're all yours. We're going to see you guys real soon.
Bye.